Are you thinking of moving to Arizona this year? In this video, I'll be going through some things that I've learned, being that I've lived here since July of 2021, that I think that you should know before you make that move. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Mana with Loan Depot, helping you achieve home ownership with Aloha. So here are 4 things that you need to know before moving to Arizona. So number 1, Arizona, as you know, gets very hot in the summer. So there's some things that you're gonna wanna be prepared for. Our first day in Arizona was 120 degrees. You're expecting it, but I didn't expect it to be that hot. So there's a few things that, as I talk to people, that they advised me to do. One was get a sun shield for your car. That heat can really take a toll on your dash. So if you're worried about your dash cracking, you're gonna wanna get a sun shield. Another thing is, if you're into hiking, Arizona has to go out and rescue a lot of people in that summer heat. And you don't wanna put those rescuers in jeopardy as well, right? This year, they started implementing a policy where they closed the hiking trails during the hottest times of the day. There were a lot less rescues that they had to do because of those measures. So it's something that they're gonna consider doing in the future. But guys, if you do go on a hike during the day, protect yourself, protect other people that are gonna have to go out there and rescue you if you are put in jeopardy. So go hiking in the early morning or even late in the evening when temperatures aren't so hot. Point number 2, for those of you with dogs, there's a few things I want you to consider. First thing, keep them hydrated. Also, you never ever leave your dog in the car. You hear of so many stories of people leaving dogs in the cars with tragic results. So guys, don't put your dog in that situation. Another thing is, reconsider giving them a haircut. I learned that dogs actually have an air pocket between their fur and their skin that actually helps cool them off. It keeps them cooler. So instead of going out there and giving your dog a buzz cut, just go and brush them a little more regularly just to thin out a heavy coat. And then the last thing for your dog, the ground here gets very hot. So you're gonna wanna protect your dog's paws. Some people, they put boots on, but I also learned that your dog's feet actually help to cool them off as well. So it actually prevents your dog from cooling themselves off if you're covering their feet. So I highly recommend either walking them on the grass, or some people go and carry their dogs over the asphalt. Just one key point, if it's hot for you, it's gonna be even hotter for the dog. So now this brings me to the point number 3. Okay, number 3 are flash floods. Keep in mind that in Arizona, from June 15th through September 30th, it's monsoon season, okay? So not only is it hot, but it also doubles as one of the rainier times of the year in Arizona. Now keep in mind that Arizona's land, the terrain is very dry and it's very hard. And when it rains, the water just runs right over the top of the surface. Be aware of low-lying areas and washes, because those washes are exactly what they say they are. They're dry riverbeds. So when it does rain, water runs through those areas very fast, and it can happen in a second. So, like I said, we're here during a mild summer, with mild as far as the heat, and also as far as the monsoon rains. We did see a bunch of rain, but it wasn't as bad as they say that it can get. But one thing I did notice, our neighborhood has a bunch of parks that we love to take our dogs to, okay? When it's not raining, everyone's there. There's jungle gyms, people have their dogs out there, kids running around and playing. Whenever it rains hard, these parks are ponds. I've never actually stepped foot in the water after the rains, but just by the look of it, it looks to be about at least knee deep. Now this brings me to point 4. During monsoon season, with those flash flooding, comes dust storms. Now, my wife and I, when we PCS'd here from Hawaii, we sent our Jeep on the ship, so we had to drive to go and pick it up in San Diego. Now, on our drive there, we were driving through Yuma and the dust started to pick up. Now, it wasn't a bad dust storm. It was still very little visibility, but compared to what I've heard dust storms can be, it was a very mild dust storm. But I noticed that if it was a bad dust storm, how bad the visibility can get. So ADOT, the Arizona Department of Transportation, has a few things that they want you to be aware of if you're ever caught in a bad dust storm. First thing is you never ever want to drive into it, okay? Make sure you have your seat belts on. Look all around you, making sure that there's no other cars that will prevent you from getting off of the pavement, off of the paved roadway. If you're on a highway, get off the highway. So they want you to get off the road, put your parking brake on, take your foot off the brake, and turn off all your lights. You don't want anybody else following you by your lights, okay? So get onto the side and just be patient. Just sit there and wait it out. You don't want to go and drive through it, okay? Just sit there and wait out that storm. So check out this playlist for more information on living in Arizona, as well as achieving home ownership with Aloha. I'll see you on the next one.